Hey, welcome to the recap show. We are QOTD, the Question of the Day show, the game show where you get to be on the air. You can join us by recording your video answers to daily awesome questions.
And make sure to vote for your favorite answers to determine who makes it to the weekly Big Show Championship that happens on Thursdays at 8:30 a.m. Eastern Time.
We're going to show you how to make it on the air for Thursday's Big Show. And we're also going to take a look at one of our favorite fan answers to today's QOTD, which takes us from whining and dining and dinner and dancing straight to Dateline.
Hey, can I ask you guys a question? Like, where did the memo go out that we had to dress like a jazz band?
They were in the production notes.
Oh, man. I went gray. I'm just not there. I feel like unhit, man, and not cool.
You don't have a date tonight.
Yeah. Oh, I see where we're going with that. By the way, JJ, you've got a whole date look going on there. I really like it. Dick with that look.
No, I'm prepared. I'm giving the viewers an idea of what it looks like to be on a date with me, just in case, anyone wants to reach out and give. Subtle. But before we get into what today's question is, we have some very good hints. We should first get into this week's answer leaders, beginning with Friday's question, which is, what book or movie has impacted you the most? Books and movies, I think, are just the perfect mediums to be influential in people's lives, whether they read good books or movies as kids, or they're just seeing these things now that completely change their perspective on their lives. Allie, Alan, and Caitlin have some great answers, but we want to hear yours.
Well, books are pretty influential, but I'm more of an experienced person. And thus, Saturday's question is, if you could go on a road trip, man, with anybody, living or dead, who would you go on that awesome cross-country or whatever road trip was? Back in the 60s, there was this awesome show called Route 66, and they were two jazz guys. They drove across the country in their Corvette, stopping off and having adventures every single week, kind of like us. These are our top answers so far. I don't know whether Emmanuel, Enrique, and Mishak are driving a Corvette or whatever, but the people that they go with are kind of illuminating. So they deserve to be 1, 2, and 3.
And here are the top 3 answers for Sunday's question. What makes your family different and wonderful? We're just coming off of Passover and Easter and Ramadan. So most of us have had lots of family gatherings that remind us of what makes our clan the coolest. And here are some of those answers.
Yes, hope everyone had good celebrations and good events so far. I think Ramadan, the feast is not coming up soon. So.
Yeah, so it's ongoing. It's 30 days. We're about halfway through.
Halfway through. Okay.
Cool. Good to know. Well, we can move on to Monday's question, which is life hacks. What's the best method to making the perfect cup of coffee in honor of Mondays? They're hard to get through without a little caffeine. So Angel, Frank, and Lashane had some really good recipes for people. So we want to hear your answer. It's really kind of a public service announcement. Just okay, if you need some help getting through the day, keeping that energy up, here's how you can do it.
Well, back in jazz clubs, they drink a lot of European stout coffee, like espresso and cappuccino, man. Yeah, so it's very fitting. Well, here we finally are, right? It's today's question of the day, big reveal. So with no further ado, today's QOTD is, what is your absolute worst first date story? If you've ever been on a date, you've been on a first date. If you've ever had a first date, then there must be a worst first date, right? I totally have my story.
Dating disasters. We love them when it's not us stuck at the table.
Yeah, no, I don't think it was all you guys. How about you, JJ? You gonna tell a story?
Ooh, I might have to think about this. I don't think I've had oddly enough, I'm young, so maybe I just haven't had the date yet. But I don't think I've had a date that's been particularly or noticeably incredibly bad.
Oh, your date?
They've been fine.
It'll come for sure. I remember mine, which is just my date. We're having this wonderful date in a delightful place, and she was great. I was really looking forward to it. And all of a sudden, she just puts her head down on her hands in the middle of the table and just starts to cry. What are you going to do? I know. I think that what she was doing is envisioning her life with me. And she saw it, and then she started to cry. So I don't know. I, ordered another bottle of wine and tried to enjoy the time.
Oh,
I know.
On a first date. Oh no.
We ended up getting married. That wasn't the one.
okay.
She was very nice otherwise.
Fair enough. Well, we have our incredible answers and a very sad story. But we also have a lot of really great answers from fans, even though the question's just a few hours old. So we want to take a moment to highlight one of our early favorites. So receiving the honor of First Date Blues, we have Bella's answer. Let's take a watch.
Okay, this one's really easy. The worst first date I ever had, I went to this Irish pub with this guy who I barely knew. I was 16, and the entire time, for 3 hours, he talked about why he didn't believe in evolution. And I stayed. I was so brave at 16 for staying. I stayed the entire time. I was just like, this is the worst thing ever. So I'm sorry, Tyler. No second date.
No evolution on the menu. The special here at Finnegan's is flat Earth.
I was talking about flat Earth during my bad date. Maybe that's what was going on there. I put that in my tips for future dates.
Were you guys 16 at an Irish pub, though?
No.
Up on that?
Yeah, no.
Well, hey, maybe if you talked about how the moon landing was fake, then the date could have gone a little better.
Don't get them started.
Talking about, the big conspiracy. They're like, they say they landed on the moon, but man, that didn't happen. No. Of course it happened.
Well, as we've highlighted, today's question is not the only one you can answer. Bella had an incredible answer, but we have 4 other questions worth of amazing answers. And we have another amazing one from Saturday's question, which was if you could go on a road trip with any person living or dead, who would it be? So receiving the honor of Pitch Perfect Passenger, we have Becca's answer.
For this question, I feel like I have to channel my inner fangirl from 3 or 4 years ago. I still am a huge fan. I have to say Ariana Grande. She is such a good singer, and I would just love to sit in a car and drive up the mountains and listen to her sing for 8 hours straight. That sounds like a dream.
You know what? That is a really great answer to your dream road trip passenger, because Ariana Grande is known for her expertise at mimicking other artists. So she can do anyone, Mariah Carey, Whitney Houston, everybody. So you'd actually get a full concert.
Hank Williams, maybe.
Maybe. Well, fans, you've got 2 days left to submit your own answers for your very own chance to appear on the Thursday Big Show. That's our super fun finale. It's hosted by Keith, JJ, Reed, and I. We go over the best of the best videos all week. And that's every Thursday morning at 8:30 on YouTube, Twitch, and right here at beyondtheair.com.
To record your answer, you can go to beyondtheair.com and click the orange record button under the 24/7 live game stream. And remember, you can still answer today's question or any of this week's other questions to let us know about your worst first dates, your best road trips, and for your chance to be on the air with us.
So it's super to recap such a great week like this. There's so many really, really awesome questions to answer. I'm really pumped up. Have you guys answered this week?
Not yet, but I will.
I think it's okay. Let's definitely go in there. I want to know about your road trips and your worst dates. So, click that big orange record button right under our 24-hour live game stream, as we like to say. But while you're there, everybody, make sure to play the Guess and Bid game. The Guess and Bid game is where you bid stars on the answers that you think are going to win. And then when they do, you go up the leaderboard like these folks right here. And then you'll appear right here on our daily recap.
Well, thanks everyone for joining us, and a special thank you to everyone who has watched, voted, and recorded so far this week. We are QOTD and beyondtheair.com signing off, and we'll see you on TV.
Bye, everyone.
So, JJ, how about a little song?
Ah!